Can shape help us create? Let's find out. Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Franklin and this is Art 101. Today we will be focusing on the element of shape and how shape and lines can help us create artwork. So if you're ready, grab a pencil and paper and let's get started. We're going to be drawing some shapes here. I'm just going to go ahead and draw a few shapes I think you're familiar with. Now remember that a shape is just a line that connects to itself and creates an enclosed space. So let's draw a few shapes and see if you're familiar with them. Now remember, I wanted to say you can use a pencil for this. I'm using a marker so you can see it better on the video, but all you need is a pencil and a piece of paper for this. Okay, so what we have here is something that looks like a square. It might not be perfect because I'm freehanding it, but this is a square, and you could also make something like this. And there we have a rectangle. How about there is a circle. Let's see if you can guess what this one is. And a triangle. Now notice how these shapes are made up of lines. We have a line here, here, and here. 4 lines make up this square. Same with this rectangle. On a circle, it's a curved line all the way around, connected to itself, and it creates a circle. See the enclosed spaces, the space inside? That's the shape. A shape has width and length and width. So it's 2-dimensional. All right, so we have those kind of shapes. You know what those are called? Those are called geometric shapes. All right, geometric shapes. Those are a few of the geometric shapes. Now there's some other shapes that we can make. And we did this last time in our previous lesson. This is a continuous line, and it's enclosed, and that's more of an organic shape. An organic shape is more maybe something you might find in nature. You know, a shape could look like this. Let's see if you can figure out what this shape is. What does that look like to you? A leaf, right? It's kind of a leaf shape. So there's geometric shapes and there's organic shapes. So let's go ahead and get started for a second. And let's try something out. Let's see if we can take these shapes and make something out of them. Okay, so let's try this. How about let's start with a circle. Have you ever made a face with a circle? Have you ever put 2 dots and a smile? Yeah, it's a smiley face. What if you wanted this face to 2 dots? What if you wanted it to be sad? Yeah, that's a good way to show your feelings with some faces, almost like emojis on your phone or on your parents' phone. All right, so what about, what if we did this? What do you think this is? Ooh, that face looks almost like they're kind of sick. Maybe they don't feel so well. What about, this face looks like they're laughing. So there's all kinds of faces. What else could we do with shapes? What if we take the circle again? What if we add another circle? A circle inside a circle, and we add 2 more circles. Let's see if you can tell what I'm making. And then we add a couple dots inside the circle in the center. A couple half circles on top. Square or rectangle on the bottom. Oh, I bet you can tell what it is now. And a little smile there. Yeah. Oh, we're missing something. A little piggy. So this piggy is made with all different types of shapes and lines. You can see our little squiggly line and our little line for our smile. But that was made up of shapes and lines. And that's what basically drawings are made up of. Our artwork are made up of all different types of shapes. Let's try another one. What if we... Big rectangle. And let's do another rectangle inside. How about a couple circles? Can you tell what it's going to be yet? It could be a lot of things. I could see you could turn this into an oven. See little knobs for the oven. You could do some dials up here, or you could turn this into, I see a robot's head. But that's not what I want to draw. Let's see if you can tell. 2 dots there. Let's see. Oh, I know. It's a half of a circle. Sometimes we call that a semicircle. Part of a circle, not a whole circle. Okay. Here's a curved line, almost like the letter J. And we'll do one that's the same, but just backwards. Ooh, can you see what it's going to be? Let's keep going. How about a circle that's not quite, it looks like it's underneath the rectangle. Can you see it? It looks like it's underneath the rectangle. Let's do another one just like that. 2 ears. And how about a couple lines on the top? Yeah, it's a bear, a little bear. Now we could color this in. Fill this all in here. If you have crayons, you could do this with crayons. You could do this with a ballpoint pen. You can also just do it with a pencil. You don't need a lot of fancy art supplies to create artwork. Look at this, how we're filling this in. You see this? Turning this into a black bear. I want to go around carefully. There we go. There's our little bear character. Okay, what else? How about let's do an insect. All right, let's create an insect. We'll start off with our circle again. Remember, with a circle, easy thing to do with a circle is to keep your wrist straight. Remember we talked about keeping our wrist straight last time in our lesson? Well, this is a circle. If you keep your wrist straight and you just move your elbow, you rotate your elbow, you can create a pretty round circle. Takes some practice, but you'll get better at it the more you do it. Okay, so we have a circle here. How about we make a half circle right on top? So it's like a curved line just right on top. We're going to do a straight line right down the middle. Okay, and we're going to do another half circle right on the top there. Ooh, can you tell what kind of bug this is? How about a little curved, almost like a candy cane on top? That's making our antenna. And then let's go ahead and, oh, I bet you're going to know what it is as soon as you see this. Can you see it? What is it? A ladybug. A ladybug is an insect. Do you know how many legs an insect has? Who knows that? That's right, 6. 2, 3 on one side, and 3 on the other side. I kind of made the legs a little long, but that's okay. Now I could take my crayon and color that red, and you'd really be able to tell it was a ladybug. What if we made a friendly spider, the ladybug's best friend? Well, these two are best friends. let's see if we can, let's see what we can do here. Let's put a little circle on the top here and a circle on the top there. And put a big smile so we know this is a friendly ladybug. Spider. 2 dots. And then a spider doesn't have 6 legs, it has 8 legs. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 legs. And then, whoa. And then my spider likes to spin a web sometimes, and he'll like crawl down and say hi to his friend the ladybug and his friend the bear. So look what we've done so far. We've done a lot of different drawings using shapes and lines. And that's what artists do. They use shapes to create artwork. Let's see. What else can we make using shapes? Ooh, this one might be a little challenging. Let's see if you can do it. Oh, another shape we didn't talk about is one that looks like this. Do you see that? That's called an oval. And that's kind of like a squish circle. So an oval, we'll make this part, and then we're going to do almost like an upside down U with a line at the bottom. Okay. And then I bet you'll be able to tell what it is as soon as I put these on. Can you tell what it is yet? Not yet? Okay, well, let's try something else. You see that? See the shapes I'm using? That's right, it's a kitty cat. What do cats have on their face? Little things that stick out from their face. Whiskers, right? When I was a little boy, I had a cat in our family named Whiskers. Let's put some. I like to usually put 3 whiskers when I do animals. There's our whiskers. And let's put some half circles down here for some paws. And if we do a line and we make another line that's right next to it, there's our tail. That's a little cat, a little kitty cat made up of shapes. Let's try one more. It's like a little bird. So here's a circle. We'll start with our circle again. And a bird has a beak that it eats its food with and makes sound with. And so usually beaks are kind of like triangles. So we'll add a triangle to the side. And then we'll add another circle for the eye. And darken in a little bit right there. And then this is going to be a little chick. So we'll kind of give it a little bit of a top notch there. And then on the back side of the chick, we're going to give it a tail. And that tail we're going to make a little bit like a triangle, another triangle. And then we're just going to use some simple straight lines with a couple sticking out on the bottom for some feet. And then we're going to use a little oval for its wing. And there's our chick. Cheep, cheep. See how easy it is? See how fun it is to make different types of characters and different type of artwork using shape? I bet you could come up with some simple drawings using shape. Maybe it would be an animal. Maybe it would be something else. What could it be? Let's see if you can tell what this is. An oval. It's kind of a long, kind of an oval. Look at that. That's a spoon. Can you tell it's a spoon? All right, lots of different things you can make. All right, now's the time to play a little game, and this game's called What's This? That's right, what is this? And the way we play this game is we are going to make some, and I'll zoom in a little bit, we're going to make some scribble marks or scumble marks. We talked about that last lesson. Kind of like that. Here's another one. Remember, you could use a pencil for this. And these are just random. Sometimes I'll close my eyes. All right. So I want you to kind of see what I'm doing here. Now, the way this game works is we're going to create something out of these squiggles. We're going to figure out, what does this look like? What can I make with this? Sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes we have to turn our paper around to be able to get a vision. It's kind of like if you've ever stared up into the sky when it's a cloudy day and you see the pillowy clouds up in the sky, and you can kind of see characters or little images in those clouds, like maybe one looks like a bunny rabbit or the other one looks like a dog. So this is basically, we're using our imagination when we do that. We come up, our mind decides what things look like, and we can create things out of simple lines and simple shapes. So today we are going to do something called, in our episode of What's This? This is going to be the Doodle Bird edition. Doodle Bird, that's right. So we're going to make little birds. Now remember, we talked about birds. Major things with birds are going to be that we're going to be drawing are triangles, right? Skinny triangles for the beaks, right? So we want to get familiar with that. Some triangles for the tails. Triangle is a big one with birds. Maybe some straight lines, right? For feet. So we're going to add some of those in there. Okay, maybe an oval or two. We'll see. Or maybe just an irregular shape we might draw to do something. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our shape, and let's make a bird. All right, I see a head right here, so I'm going to go ahead and put a beak right there. And you know, this little line right here reminds me of a wing, so I'm going to go ahead and make a wing there, and then I'm going to make some feet. And an eye. And I think this bird's chirping, so I'm going to put another triangle down below. And there's our triangle. There's our birdie, our doodle bird. Oh, we forgot a tail. Let's do a tail, a little triangle down there. There you go. Here we go. Let's go over here. We'll make the beak coming out the other direction. And I see a big eye right here. And put some feet going this way. Sometimes the birds have a little dot right there near the top of the beak for the nose. And maybe we'll do a little top notch of feathers. There's our second bird. Let's go to the next one. Ooh, I see, look at this right here. Do you see that? That almost looks like a beak already. Put a little dot there. Let's put a round. Look at that. All right, then we can put almost a round body here. We can make like a little duck. Okay. If we want to, we could do some wavy lines and pretend this duck is floating in the water. Duck's a bird, right? Let's go over here. Ooh, this is kind of a long squiggle, a long doodle. What can we make out of this? Let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's make a curved beak. You see birds that have beaks that are curved? And maybe we'll make a half circle up here. We'll put the eye in here. And then the bottom of the beak, we'll just put a straight line that connects it. And let's go ahead and make a wing. This is going to be like a curved kind of a triangle. And we could put another one on this side. And then there's a line for the foot, almost like he's standing up and stretching his wings out. Now if I wanted to put more detail, I could leave it like that. And there's my bird. It's almost like a toucan or some kind of bird that has a curved beak that eats fruit. Okay. If I wanted to add some more lines, I could do some more lines. There. So let's look at our birds so far. There we go. I'd love to see what birds you came up with. If you take any pictures of your artwork, please send them in to me. I'd love to see them. I bet you came up with some interesting ones. Let's draw some more. I'm going to change my pen to a marker so you guys can see it a little bit better, and it'll just be a different technique. You don't have to use marker. If you have one, great. It doesn't have to be black. It could be a different color too. Let's draw some squiggles. Doodle Bird, where are you, Doodle Bird? Where are you? Here you come. You're coming. I. There we go. What else can we do here? How about let's make a really long beak out of a triangle. Whoa. Look at that beak. We need a head for the beak, so let's make a curved head. Oh, lost my pen. Now let's make an eye. Now sometimes we don't have to draw the whole bird. Sometimes we can just draw part of the bird, like the head. So let's just make one where we're just going to do the head of the bird. And then we can put a bottom part there for the mouth. And look at that. That's the head of a, looks like a duck to me. Ooh, look at this long line. This is interesting. What can we create with this? How about, I think we're gonna need to do some kind of a circular shape there first, just to be able to do the head here. And then we'll go there, and then let's do a big oval shape down there. Triangle, triangle. Two lines right next to each other will give some thickness to our legs. And then here's another triangle and another triangle. And a square over there, and it looks like we've got a goose. Oh, let's do some wings. How about an oval there for the wing? And we can connect this there. And we need an eye. And there's a goose. You know what I forgot? We forgot something over here. Can you tell? That's right. It doesn't have a tail. We need a tail. Got to add a tail in there. All right. So we got our goose. Let's go down here. Let's see what we can make. Oh, let's make one with the beak going this way. Triangle on there. A circle for the eye. And that's a simple one. Doodle Bird. Sometimes they're real simple. Sometimes the most effective drawings are the most simple. You don't have to be a lot of detail. In fact, there is an artist named Pablo Picasso. And you may have heard of his name. He's a famous artist. And he would like to do doodles too. In fact, I'll show you here one of his drawings, and he liked to do animals. And he had a little dog named Lump. It's a funny name, isn't it? But his dog was named Lump, and just a little tiny dog, and he'd like to draw that dog as well. And so you can see his drawings, how he just used one line to create his drawings. Very simple, but you can tell what the image is. All right, so let's look here. What can we make? Oh, I'm seeing like almost like a woodpecker. See this long beak? All right, let's see if we can, let's put the eye in here first. Sometimes I like to just put a circle and then with a little bit of a black dot in there, leaving some white. All right, let's put a bottom part of this. Oh, now it's looking more like a chicken. And you'll notice that sometimes you make drawings, you'll think, oh, I want to make this, and you start making it, and then it starts looking like something else. Don't get discouraged. That's okay. Sometimes that's just the drawing trying to figure out what it wants to be. So sometimes you start thinking you're going to draw one thing, and then it turns into something else. So now I thought I was going to make a woodpecker, but now, you know what? It looks kind of like a chicken, so I'm going to keep going with that chicken. And maybe I'll do a little or maybe that's a turkey, I don't know. Tom the turkey. Here's another one. You know what? I know this is Doodle Birds, but this kind of looks like a dragonfly. You ever seen a dragonfly before? I'm going to try to make a dragonfly out of this. You see that? That looked like a dragonfly. I couldn't resist. I had to make it into a dragonfly. But look at all our drawings. Look what we've come up with. Now, are you going to come up with these exact drawings? No, these are not the ones you're going to come up with. You're going to come up with your own because your squiggle is going to be different than my squiggle. It's going to look different. Let's do a couple more. That's an interesting one. All right, real easy. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Oh, there's our beak. Remember, triangles make great beaks. So just practice making your triangles. And a circle makes a great eye. Now this, we'll do a triangle here for the tail. And then sometimes I do a triangle for part of the leg, and then we do some lines on the bottom part. There's a Doodle Bird. Hello, Doodle Bird. Have you ever seen birds that have almost like a top notch, like a top feathers on top of its head? Let's see if we can make one here that looks like that. This bird needs a beak, so let's give it a beak. Sometimes I put a line down the middle so you can see the top part of the beak and the bottom part of the beak. And sometimes birds will be standing up, but then maybe their other leg, this bird looks like it's gonna start walking, marching at you. Triangle for the tail. That's a funny bird. All right, we have one more squiggle down here. What can we make with this? That's a tough one. Let's go ahead and actually let's make our circle up here. Sometimes I like to just do a circle, add a circle to it helps me create a head. And what if we try to let's make some wings. If we make some long triangles, then we have some wings, and then we have a triangle for the tail. eye, center beak, some legs and some feet. Make a little ring around its neck. And if we want to put some lines for the feathers, there's a flying bird. I got some space here. Let's make one more. Let's see. Let's have this bird looking up. If we do the black dot at the top, it's going to look like it's looking up into the sky. Looks kind of scared, doesn't it? Maybe it's looking up at a bigger bird. Let's see if we can. What if we made it's looking up at this tall bird. Maybe this is its mom, and it's looking up saying, "Mom, can I go fly over to the other tree?" And the mom said, "Well, be careful, make sure I can see where you are." Kind of looks, you can make up stories with your drawings and talk about what the drawings are doing. Isn't this fun? I love to draw. I hope you love to draw too. It's important. We can draw every day, and look at all the different types of things we can draw. Look at all these. Look at all these drawings we came up with. All these doodle birds with basic geometric shapes. We can make animals. All kinds of things that we could do with shapes and line. Don't forget to take some photos of your artwork. I'd love to see what you came up with. Until next time, draw every day and have a great week.